Hi there, it's Alan here from Reilly Real Estate, and today it's time for Reilly's Real Talk here this Friday, the 28th of October. Can you believe another month is almost gone? They just keep flying by. And it's been another busy month here in Toowoomba in real estate, and it looks like being another busy weekend coming up this weekend. So today we'll give you a bit of a market update, some information around a bit of a trend that we've seen happen over the past few weeks, as well as we want to talk to you about why we feel it's a good idea to get a building and pest inspection done as a seller before you put your property on the market. So traditionally that's something that would happen after the property goes to contract, especially for a private treaty property. There's some really good reasons why you should do that beforehand. So we want to talk about that today, and hopefully it will give you some good, valuable information if you're thinking of selling now or in the future. So what's happening in the market? Well, right now there are 462 properties advertised as available for sale in the Toowoomba area. There's more on the market in terms of advertised, but the ones that are just available for sale, so excluding the properties that are under contract, there's 462 properties. Of those, there's 143 open for inspection this Saturday, which is a really good number, slightly up from last week, so that's great for those people who are looking at buying. And of that 462 that are available for sale, 62 of those properties came on the market in the past week. So for anyone looking at buying, if you're out and about on the weekend, you should have a good selection of new properties to look at this weekend, and hopefully you'll be able to find the right property for you. One that we've got on the market that's just come to the market as well in the past few days is a lovely home at 8 Chopin Street in Rockville. Beautifully presented, this home from front to back, absolutely immaculate. 3-bedroom brick home, 3 good sized rooms, all with built-ins, all with aircon. So each bedroom has aircon, nicely presented family bathroom, good sized lounge with aircon and a ceiling fan, nice open plan kitchen dining area. Has a 4th bedroom or rumpus, would have originally been the single garage to the home. It's been enclosed at some point. Great rumpus room there for kids to play, or a 4th bedroom should you need it. And I think probably one of the real standout features of the home is the back area, that lovely patio with zip track blinds so you can keep the mozzies out in the warmer weather. It's just a great space to sit down and relax. You look out across the backyard, or the back garden I should say. It's a really lovely back garden, and fully fenced from the house back, as well as fencing at the front as well, so a nice secure home. But you've got a great backyard with room for chooks up the back. There's actually a really good chook run. We're calling it chook land up the back there. A garden shed and a rainwater tank in the back. So a beautifully presented home there at 8 Chopin Street. Ideal for people who are looking at downsizing, maybe young couples starting out or young families starting out, and obviously any astute investors with the Bailey Henderson Hospital precinct that's about to be redeveloped over the next few years just around the corner. So Rockville's had a lot of publicity over the last few months, rightly so, and this is a great opportunity to get into that area before it really kicks off with that development of the hospital over the next few years. So a great opportunity there in Chopin Street, and I should say we'll be there tomorrow. 2 open home times there for you tomorrow, one at 9:30 and then a second one at 12 o'clock. So we'd love to see you there. So moving on now to why you should get a building and pest report prior to putting your home on the market. Does seem like an odd thing for some people, especially if you haven't sold for a few years, because the usual way, and it still happens today, and at some of our properties it still goes this way as well, where you put the property on the market, we have the open homes, bring the buyers through, get the offers, and those offers generally are subject to finance and building and pest inspections. So why do it beforehand? Well, a few reasons. First of all, it gives you more control over the process. So by doing the report first, we've got it available for the buyers straight away, but also we're able to easily identify, you as the seller with your agent, that you can see any issues that might be there, things that you may not have been aware of that may be there with the property, and we can work with them. We can say, all right, well, this is something we can fix before we take it to the market, and that doesn't become an issue down the track, or it's something that we just work around as we go forward if it's not something that you can get repaired. And what that does then is it gives the buyers full disclosure as they're coming into the property to make their offer. They've got the report, they can see the issues, if any, that are there, and then be able to make their decision to move forward. And that avoids having that scenario of being on the market for a few weeks, getting the offers, doing the negotiation, reaching an agreement with the buyer, signing a contract, only for that not to go ahead in a few weeks' time after the inspection, or having to renegotiate the price to be able to get things to move forward. And obviously worst case, the contract doesn't go ahead at all. So there are pitfalls there, obviously, of not doing it beforehand. So the benefits, though, of doing it beforehand, as I said before, gives you that control. It easily allows us to make that full disclosure to the buyers, and also it can help speed the process up. So it can help buyers to make decisions faster in terms of whether they like a property or not, and be able to make that decision if they do like it to go forward and present an offer. And usually those offers will be without that building and pest clause in there. So it's when you do go to contract, it's one less hurdle to move over. It can also help to turn 50-50 buyers into more committed buyers. So if they're not sure about it, they like it, but they're not sure about a few things, they can read the report. In many instances, they can speak to the inspector, and that can help them to make that move forward with confidence. And for auction properties, for a long time now, we've had those reports made available for our auctions, and what we've noticed over time is two things. One, it helps people to be able to make offers before auction, and if our market starts to shift, that can be a real benefit for you as a seller, but also it can help bring more bidders to the auction. So if people are able to get all the information about the property, look at it, yes, decide that they like it, they can see the reports, make sure they're happy with everything there, and then be able to bid with confidence at the auction. So it's just one less step for a buyer to go through to be able to either make an offer or put their hand up at an auction. So lots of really good reasons there. Obviously, it does come at some cost. So you're looking nowadays with the building and pest report, that costs somewhere in the vicinity of $500 to $600. That may seem like a lot, but when you consider that generally any renegotiation because of a building and pest issue during a contract is thousands of dollars, very rarely would it be only a few $100s, it's generally thousands of dollars. And obviously it's going to also avoid the fact of a contract falling over for building and pest. That can be a really good investment to make. And also for our clients, we do have an extra service that we can offer called through a third-party company called Before You Bid. And what they do, they liaise with us to organise the inspection. We use local inspectors, and we've got some really good local inspectors in our marketplace. We're very fortunate to have them in our marketplace. We use local inspectors, and what happens is that report then gets put online. We get a link that we can give to the buyers for them to download. It's cheaper for our sellers to go down that path. There's a smaller investment for them, only a couple of $100s. The buyers then pay a small fee to get a copy of the report, and if they are the eventual buyer, they then pay for the full report. And the benefit for the buyer in doing that is that the property report goes into their name, which means they're covered by all the relevant insurances that go along with that building and pest inspection report. So a couple of options there, but really when you're thinking that homes, the median price in Toowoomba is heading towards $500,000. We're talking about at most a $500 to $600 investment to ensure that the sale of your property goes through smoother, but also gives you the opportunity to get more buyers interested. If we get more buyers, then we can create competition, which will help you get a better result. So a small investment when you think about the benefits that come with getting the building and pest report done before you go to market. If you've got any questions about doing that, or you'd like to have a bit more of a chat about it, whether you're looking at buying or selling, please get in touch. We'd love to be able to help. That's Reilly's Real Talk for this week. Once again, I hope they have some value for you. Whatever you're up to across the weekend, I hope you enjoy it. Looks like it's going to be a nice sunny one, and we'll come back next week. Cheers.